it's just like people from all walks of life connecting and getting together. Yeah.
Your parties are the hottest ticket in town. People dying to get into your party. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's cool. You know, it doesn't make me feel any way special. It doesn't make me feel like a bigger person. It just makes me feel like I know how to throw a party.
Jeffrey Epstein's suicide and what may or may not happen to any other defendant while they are detained pretrial. And of course, the decision whether to detain the defendant will be up to a judge. Our position is that pretrial detention is warranted under the law and based on the facts of this case, and I'll leave it at that.
Are some of the prosecutors on this case some of the same prosecutors that had been handling that or that worked on the Maxwell case?
So I'm not going to get into the staffing. I will say that this team, this group of AUSAs, this incredible group has been working on this case around the clock, and they've had their hands full. Next question.
Gus Rosendale, NBC News.
Good morning, sir. Combs' attorney said that his client has been cooperative with investigators. He said that this morning. I was wondering if you would have a reaction to that.
Let me just say this. I think that generally with increasing frequency, the word cooperative or cooperating has taken on tremendous elasticity and no longer really bears any relation to what the word means when we use it in a very specific context. So responding to lawful process and the like does not qualify as cooperation when we use that term here.
Mike Sisak, AP.
Thanks. To that end, was there any discussion of Mr. Combs surrendering? I understand he was taken into custody at a hotel in Manhattan last night, and maybe that wasn't the plan. Can you elaborate on how that came about and why that was?
I'm not going to be able to get into any sort of operational details as to how he was taken into custody and when. He is in custody right now. He will be appearing in court later today. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee. As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to heal.
Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We out. I'm outside again.
Yo, like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get up in that algorithm. So today we got to talk about Diddy, and it's so crazy because months ago, bro, I had made a Diddy video and it was called Diddy is Finished. And when I made that video, it was a long video too. It was like 30 minutes. I'll link it here in I'll link it in the description and definitely put it up on the screen and everything so y'all can see it. But I want to show a part from that video on something I said about Diddy. And real right, I said this 5 months ago. Y'all can go check it. It's the timestamps and everything. But I'm gonna just play a clip I said from that video really quickly. They said that P. Diddy shot her in the face. She even has it said it, like she's put video proof out. She said that this has been testified to, everything like that. So for the fact that he's even not in jail on that, that's another crazy factor. So now what else can this tell us? This just tells us that, you know what, this might just honestly be the elite giving Diddy a little bit of straightening. Because I'm telling you, remember what I said before I had said it. All these issues started happening when Diddy tried to rebrand that deal, and he was saying that he wanted Ciroc to pay him out more money. And and if it wasn't for, I don't know if it's the Ciroc or the other alcohol, which one it was, that I remember, that's the one that's really what made Diddy a billionaire, was the alcohol. So boom, the reason why I wanted to play that clip was because I remember when I first seen this whole situation playing out. I remember when Diddy first asked for more money because he was saying that Ciroc was not pushing his brand enough, and he was saying that they owe him more money. And I'm telling you, that is when the elite said, we don't need you anymore. And I know that does sound crazy, but now in light of some of the things that 50 Cent has said, and we've all seen the clip and everything with 50 just saying that once you get into certain things, like, you can't, these people's money is way longer than yours. And Diddy, don't get it twisted, Diddy money long, but he don't got they money. He don't got wine and spirits money. Them wine and spirits, that's $1 billion industry. I'm just saying, you don't got that $1 billion. They made you to get to that mark of $1 billion. You weren't there without them. So it more was going in line with, they just got tired. And it's so crazy how reminiscent this is of the Jeffrey Epstein situation, where they will let you go and let you run free and do what you want with impunity. Yet it's so crazy because there's one thing that I don't feel like people are talking about. And the fact that they brought up Jeffrey Epstein is really what I want to highlight, because it makes you start to wonder. There's a few things I want to talk about. And one of them is, I think they might, either, if Diddy don't do it himself, think the government might kill Diddy. Allegedly, the government might get Diddy up out of here. The government might smoke Diddy, like, and I mean that respectfully. Like, they might get him up out of here. And you really question, because they can't let Diddy go on trial. They can't. Diddy knows that though. That is probably why Diddy's probably the most scared right now, because he knows what they got, all the footage. But I don't think they got all the footage. If knowing Diddy's a smart man. And Diddy wasn't just out for these months doing what he was doing and everything like that. I think Diddy put in some contingencies. He knew the certain people he needed to blackmail, and he knew the blackmail. The people who needed to be blackmailed already know who they are. This is all theory too. I am just merely speculating. I don't want people to kill me and saying like, oh, you talking like, no, this is all speculation. But merely what I'm coming at is that, no Diddy. Merely what I'm getting at is, Diddy probably already put out all the information that he had, because he probably had backup drives of all this stuff. Everything he had, he had backups. He got copies. He probably got those in a remote location. Nobody, you know what I mean? So the fact is, Diddy already has his leverage. The U.S. has their leverage. They're like, yo, listen. And when I say the U.S., I'm talking about just the state of New York that's prosecuting him. Well, we're going to just say the elites for this situation. So now they're prosecuting him and everything. So now what does Diddy do? For real, what does Diddy do? Diddy has a couple of options. He could either give up some people, because that's really what they want. That's my other running theory. They want to know, one, will Diddy release this information? How much information do you have? What's damaging? For real, like, who do you got and how could we get that information? Right now, I feel like they're bargaining to say, hey, listen, you don't want to do no jail time? Let's give us all that leverage. You won't have as much money. You're not going to be a billionaire anymore. You're not going to be in the status. You're getting this straightening. But you will have some money enough to live. You still be able to take your trips, do all your stuff, do whatever you were going back to normal life. But your character, your whole thing, it will be destroyed. Your whole image is destroyed. You will never work probably in the music industry ever again. We have crucified your public image. The same thing they did to Dave Chappelle, the same thing that they did to Russell Simmons. I'm not saying that Russell Simmons wasn't guilty. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just merely saying there's a whole system in place of how they do these things. First, they kill you in the court of public opinion. Next, they take your bank account. And when I say take your bank account, they deplete your money by any means necessary. Whether it be on bullshit lawyer fees, whether it be on you just got to spend money here, spend money here, spend money here, fight this charge. Oh, you got that case thrown out. Oh, you got that case thrown out. Oh, you got that case thrown out. Some of the charges that they're bringing against you, some of those is most likely going to just get thrown out, but they just bring it to you because it's just another case, just another thing to fight, just another thing to pay your lawyer on. More time you got to spend, more resources that you have to deplete. Yes, Diddy's money is long. How long can Diddy afford to be on trial? Especially with the legal representation that Diddy has. Unless Diddy got dirt on his lawyers and they doing this pro bono. You know what I mean? But what are the odds of that? So I say all that to say, the other thing I think that the state is trying to do, I think they're trying to get Diddy to flip, which I think Diddy would do in a heartbeat. I think Diddy would tell. And I think that they know this. But I think that there's two people specifically that I think that they're trying to get. And that is L.A. Reid, and I think they're trying to get Clive Davis. I think they're trying to get them two up out of there. Now, why? Y'all probably wondering, why do I say Clive Davis? So years ago, Clive Davis had bought Payola. And also, Clive Davis has recently been getting sued. And so has L.A. Reid. On top of that, there's a lot of executives, like I'm talking about music executives, everybody's just stepping down ever since the arrest. Everybody's stepping down. Because I believe that this conspiracy goes deeper than what a lot of people are understanding. I believe that this is the shift, like basically, and then this is the other thing. I think that the reason that the feds finally came for Diddy is because I think that Diddy was planning a Russell Simmons. I think he was planning it because Russell Simmons had tweeted something about Diddy. Diddy was, I don't remember when it was, but I remember it was something about, I seen a post about Russell Simmons and Diddy. And it was a post on Instagram. It was something random as hell. It was an Instagram post. I seen it on Instagram and everything. I was just like, oh, like, I'm like, that's odd. Diddy, Russell Simmons supporting Diddy. Cool. It is what it is. Not a big deal. You don't think? Kid you not. The feds grabbed Diddy up shortly after. That's when the feds grabbed him in New York. They saw that, grabbed him. I'm convinced that was what the feds, why they grabbed him. Because they said, we cannot afford for this dude to leave. They couldn't afford another Russell Simmons. They couldn't. They need somebody to sacrifice in the court, in the public opinion. To the public, somebody needs to be sacrificed. And Diddy was that straw that got pulled. And now you're starting to realize that if Diddy takes down this organization, how far up does it go? Because if it goes all the way up to the top with Clive, could you imagine? Just imagine if Diddy has proof that L.A. Reid was doing all this. Because Andre Harrell can't pay for none of these crimes. He's dead as hell. And no disrespect, God rest his soul. You know what I mean? God rest his soul. But he's dead as hell. He can't speak for none of this. So now they're in a rare situation where they're looking at when you're looking at it from the whole totality of things, Diddy's about to snitch. If Diddy don't snitch, they about to off Diddy or Diddy offing himself. And if that don't happen, there's actually one other option. I could see Diddy getting off. I could see this all being nothing but a scare tactic. And I get what people are saying, like, nah, Diddy's going under the jail. Man, listen. I hear you. I think we've seen crazier shit happen. I don't think it's such a far-fetched idea to think that Diddy could actually get off of it. Everybody was saying once upon a time that Young Thug was, there was no way Young Thug was gonna beat this Rico. And right now we're looking at Young Thug and saying like, yo, Young Thug might get a retrial. There was what's his name, YNW Melly. Everybody thought that he wasn't gonna ever get a mistrial or anything. He got mistrial. Look at Vibes Cartel. Vibes Cartel just got out. Man, listen, anything is possible in this corrupt justice system. Because if y'all be thinking that this is a fair and just justice system, man, we are sadly mistaken. Diddy got away with so much things for years. And I get it. Yeah, we looking at the elite. They're giving him a little spanking. I think that they have a bigger fish, though, that they want. I think Diddy is but a peon to them. For real. And I'm not talking about just the feds. I think that the elite have a member of the elite that they are looking to take out. And I think that is Clive Davis with a net worth of $900 million, and then L.A. Reid with a net worth of $300 million. Both music moguls. Both been running this game for so long. Both getting sued for SA cases, allegedly. Both getting sued for, both were selling off certain things and buying into certain things, so their name wouldn't really be on it or attached to it. Just throwing that out there. Then stepping down from positions. I mean, Clive Davis, we could say, okay, he's 90, so it makes sense that he stepped down. But hey, listen, Clive has been skating and just trying to head to the grave in peace. That's really what Clive is doing. He's just trying to be shrewd and get in the ground and chill. He's like, listen, I already know what I've done and I'm trying to be gone. And then on top of that, I think it's gonna finally come out that Clive and Diddy was lovers. It's finally gonna come out. And I think it's gonna basically also come out that L.A. Reid is also, Clive Davis is also a lover. All of these dudes who mess with Clive, I think they're gonna find out he had a lot of lovers. I think that's like no great, because I mean, we remember when Suge Knight was saying it, that's his lover. Remember? Nobody remembers that. So all in all, I'm really starting to realize this Diddy situation is finally reaching its breaking point. And I'm going to keep y'all updated. But what do y'all think of every situation I just named? Do y'all think any of these is possible? And which one, if so, which one? Like, y'all think Diddy just going to go to jail? Do y'all think he could get off? Y'all think the government going to take him out? Come on, man, talk to me. Tell me what y'all thinking. And also, if y'all are still here, I know I'm going to have another video that's going to pop up somewhere on the screen. Y'all could just click on it and click on one of the interviews if you want to click on the interview in the right corner. Or if you want to click on one of my other videos that I just dropped, definitely fuck with me, man. And throw a like, comment, subscribe. And yo, and it's your boy Icongotyou. Always be you. Never be afraid to reinvent yourself. And please don't kill me, y'all. These are just my thoughts. And I'm out of here, man.
Oh, Con, you the best.